Once upon a time, in a sprawling forest filled with towering oak and pine trees, there lived a squirrel named Sammy. Sammy was not an ordinary squirrel. He was known for his diligence and determination. He lived with his family in a cozy nest high up in a large oak tree. Sammy's family consisted of his wife, Rosie, and their three little ones, Timmy, Tommy, and tiny Bella. Winter was just around the corner, and the forest animals were busy preparing for the cold months ahead. Sammy, however, was more determined than ever. He knew how harsh winters could be. Food would be scarce, and survival would depend on the provisions gathered during the warmer months. One crisp autumn morning, Sammy called his family together. The sun filtered through the golden leaves as they sat in their nest, listening attentively to Sammy. "My dear family," Sammy began, "winter is coming, and it will be a tough one. We must work hard to gather enough food to last us through the season. It won't be easy, but if we all do our part, we'll get through it together." Rosie nodded in agreement. "You're right, Sammy. We need to start now." Even the little ones chimed in. "We'll help, Papa." Sammy smiled with pride. "That's the spirit. Let's get started right away." Sammy divided the tasks among the family. Rosie was in charge of scouting areas with the most nuts and seeds. Timmy and Tommy, being energetic and curious, would gather acorns and pine cones from the forest floor. Tiny Bella, though small, was tasked with sorting the food and storing it neatly in their nest. Sammy himself took on the most challenging task. He ventured to the tallest trees and farthest corners of the forest to find the rarest and most nutritious food for his family. He climbed high branches, leaped across wide gaps, and dodged predators like hawks and snakes to collect walnuts, hazelnuts, and berries. Each day, the family worked tirelessly from dawn until dusk. Sammy's dedication inspired them all. Despite the hard work, there was a sense of unity and purpose that kept them going. However, the forest was not without its challenges. One day, while Timmy and Tommy were collecting acorns, they ran into a mischievous raccoon named Rocky. Rocky was known for stealing food from other animals. Well, what do we have here?" Rocky sneered, eyeing the pile of acorns the two young squirrels had gathered. "These are for our family," Timmy said bravely, trying to shield the pile. Rocky laughed. "Your family won't mind sharing with me." Just as Rocky was about to snatch the acorns, Sammy appeared. He had been nearby and heard the commotion. "Leave them alone, Rocky," Sammy said firmly, standing tall. "We've worked hard for this food." Rocky sized up Sammy, but decided it wasn't worth the trouble. "Fine," he grumbled, slinking away into the shadows. The young squirrels looked up at their father with admiration. "Thank you, Papa. Always stand up for what's yours, but remember to stay safe," Sammy advised. As the days went by, the family's food stash grew larger. But just when they thought things were going smoothly, a fierce storm hit the forest. The wind howled through the trees, and rain poured down in sheets. Branches snapped, and several animals' homes were destroyed. Sammy's family huddled together in their nest, hoping their stockpile would stay safe. When the storm finally passed, Sammy ventured out to assess the damage. To his dismay, part of their stash had been washed away by the rain. Nuts and berries were scattered, and some were buried under the muddy ground. Rosie looked worried. "What will we do now, Sammy?" Sammy took a deep breath. "We'll start again. We still have time before the snow falls. We've done it once, and we can do it again." As Sammy and his family began to rebuild their stockpile, something unexpected happened. Other animals in the forest, seeing Sammy's determination, decided to help. Maggie the blue jay brought nuts she had found while flying. Benny the beaver, who had stored extra wood and food near his dam, offered some of his supplies. Even Rocky the raccoon, feeling guilty for his earlier behavior, brought a small pile of acorns as a peace offering. "Why are you all helping us?" Sammy asked, touched by their kindness. Maggie chirped, "Because you're always working hard, Sammy. If anyone deserves help, it's you and your family." Sammy smiled warmly. "Thank you, everyone. This means so much to us." With the help of their forest friends, Sammy's family worked harder than ever. They foraged far and wide, storing food in hollow logs and secret hiding spots to ensure they had enough. Sammy also taught his children valuable lessons. "Always prepare for the future," he said. "And remember, kindness and hard work will always come back to you when you need it most." The family grew closer through their shared efforts. Even tiny Bella, who had struggled at first, became an expert at organizing their stash. Finally, winter arrived. The forest was blanketed in snow, and the trees stood bare against the cold, gray sky. Many animals stayed in their dens, waiting for the harsh season to pass. But Sammy's family was safe and warm in their nest. They had enough food to last through the winter, thanks to their hard work and the support of their friends. One evening, as the family sat together enjoying their meal, Timmy asked, "Papa, why do you always work so hard?" Sammy smiled and said, "Because family is the most important thing. When you work hard for the ones you love, no challenge is too big." The little ones nodded, their hearts full of admiration for their father. Word of Sammy's efforts spread throughout the forest. He became an example of how hard work, determination, and a little kindness could overcome any obstacle. As the winter days went by, Sammy's family remained happy and well-fed. And when spring finally arrived, the forest animals celebrated together, grateful for the lessons they had learned from the hard-working squirrel. Moral of the story: hard work, preparation, and kindness can help overcome even the toughest challenges in life.